Okay, so what you're going to do now is, let's go to Windows D. And then we're going to, I can understand how it would be frustrating. I'm not a big fan of Windows 8 either, by the way. Click that right there. There you go. So you're going to
So I've
already have an account?
Yeah, there we go.
Sign it. Correct. So you're going to have to learn a little something new, but it's really pretty similar.
It seems like once you get it, it's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
To be able to just have one place to go and get everything.
Absolutely. The grocery list, by the way, is pretty phenomenal. We put when we go shopping and we buy anything new that's not in our grocery list, I just enter that into the grocery list with a checkbox next to it. So if we run out of it, so the cool thing is like if my wife's at the house and she's cooking dinner and she runs out of rice, she'll click rice right there, and then next time we go shopping, she knows to pick up rice. So she doesn't have to make a list before she heads out to the grocery store. She makes the list as she runs out of stuff.
So for some reason, I created this account and it won't let me sign in.
Okay, let's make sure everything's.
treefirmly@gmail.com. I've done this several times. This is my name. 3390. Sign in.
Okay, so let's do this. Sorry about that. Let's go to, you may have made a typo when you've signed into your other account. Let's go to Internet Explorer. Account settings. And we're going to see security.
Okay, I'm using that as my password, not my username.
Yes. So what's your password? Here.
I'm not quite sure. Type in Houston 2010. Would it be my email?
Capitalize Houston?
No, I wouldn't have. I have no idea.
Let's see here. Let's do this.
Should let me reset my password.
You may have to do that to the web portal.
And I'm okay if you want to go on.
No. I want
Okay.
I want you to be able to keep up. Account settings. That's the problem. Let's try it. 2000?
2010. It wouldn't be my email address, would it?
No.
No, because I thought I had my username as my anyway, so it's all mixed up. See, email or username. I thought that was my email address.
Forgot
And
password.
Frankgray 33.
That's what I want.
Yeah, that's it.
So what's your email?
treefirmlyplanted@gmail.
No.
There we go. There it is.
Let's try it.
Houston 2010.
Okay, so let's go. Here you go.
Yeah, we're in.
Now you're cooking. So go to your notes, click on your notes tab over there, and then you'll see your note right there.
Right.
Click on that. And then you still don't see a mic. Click those 3 down arrows. There's your mic.
There it is. Okay.
Yep.
Got it.
Here, I have the stack and I have the folders under the stack.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what if I wanted to, like, what I wanted to take a photo of one of the plays and have it fit, like, in the out of bounds?
So if you're taking a photo,
And then I want to put it under that.
so what you would do is you go right here, and then you would go to Add, Attach Photo.
Oh, okay.
And then it's going to create a note in that notebook. So you'll have it right there. All right, everyone rolling? Leave my phone somewhere? Yeah, left it over there. Here we go. So, okay, so here you can order that voice memo. When you click on the voice memo tool, the record button appears. Click record to begin a voice memo. You'll start seeing it recording, and this will look different per each version. When you're done recording, just click save, and then it will save it as a WAV file. When you play this audio note back on any device with speakers. This is really cool for an instance, and I'll tell you why. I had an agent who went out to a house, and she met the roofer out there, and he said that it was going to cost about 10 grand to fix the damages on the house. She didn't want to be the bearer of bad news. So she said, I'm going to record this guy. And she was like, hey, I'm just going to record you so I can send this to my clients. So she's like, can you just tell me everything you just said? And he goes, the roof is going to cost about $10,000, blah, 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 blah. This is what's wrong, blah, 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 blah. Save it into an Evernote. Say, Judy, in the note, I met with the roofer today, and we had a conversation about what problems lie with the property. Attached is an audio clip of our conversation. Call me if you have any questions. And then email that note to your client. Accountability. Phenomenal feature. Okay. Click here to add a PDF to your Evernote. Or, sorry. You see that little paper clip? Just like we attach anything in an email? Exact same format.
And you would attach that from your hard drive?
You can do it from your hard drive, absolutely. So. Or you can just drag it from your desktop, okay? So drag and drop, done. So you can email notes into your Evernote account. This is what I was talking about where it's a temporary solution for the DHE for California. You get an email from your client, hypothetically, it's something you want to save. What you're going to do is to find out what your Evernote email address is, you're going to go into Account Info in the menu. Okay, you see that email address? aaron-beth.a8934@m.evernote.com. You're not supposed to remember that, okay? So what you do is you go ahead and save that email address. Sorry. Use that email address to items directly into your Evernote account. So you get an email, the title of your note. Okay, so you'll get an email. Let me go back here. To blah, to forward listing appointment from boom, bam, all the content of the email. You forward it, and it's right there in your Evernote. You don't even have to leave your email to forward your emails into your Evernote account. It automatically goes straight into your Evernote account. Now the title of your note will be the subject of the email you sent. So if you want to put that, instead of just emailing it into your Evernote account, and you want to email it directly into a notebook, you just type, sorry, I guess there's not a slide for it. That's odd, I had one. In the subject of your email, @ the name of the notebook, click send, it'll automatically go into that notebook. Spaces and everything. So motion plays, and it'll go straight into that notebook. Your email will.
So that email address at motion plays?
No. That email address, and then in the subject, you put at motion plays, and they'll go straight into your Evernote. But now here's what I recommend. Do you have Evernote on your mobile device yet? Here, watch this. Go to Evernote. That's okay. Just go ahead and download it when you get a chance. Here, watch this.
I was just pulling up the email address.
Revealing contacts. Done. See what I did there? So now, go to an email if you want. Got about 8,000 to choose from.
Yeah.
Just pick one right quick. We're not going to send it. Okay. So wow, this is really cool. Designer apparel. Okay. You want to forward that into Evernote? Evernote upload. Boom. Done. So you just forward that straight into your Evernote account. Since I saved it as a contract in your iPhone, then you just type in Evernote upload, and it works.
And in the subject, if I wanted to go to a certain one, it would be at motion.
Yep.
Motion office.
Send. Now go look at Motion Offense. That's the app. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go to, is this the app or the web version?
I downloaded it.
Okay. So tree firmly planted, account info, Evernote email address, add to contacts, Evernote account, save, you're done.
Okay, excellent.
So you go to your emails, click forward, Evernote account, subject of whatever you want to save it to, click save, or click send. Motion offense. There it is.
So, Hannah, are you getting any value out of this without your computer or phone?
Well, I am. I took some pictures. And
So click on it. You can see what it is.
I wish I had brought my computer with me.
Yeah, well, I
And then
have.
scroll down. There you go.
Okay.
Pretty neat, huh? So this is pretty useful for any clients that you have that may be difficult. For example, if you just want to save everything with the transaction, however you want to do it. And in the title industry, we do this all the time because sometimes we have a client who says, well, you said you'd have it done by this date. I'm like, well, this email said I'd have it done by this date, and we actually got it done, or whatever it may be. So point is that you can save emails, which is very nice. And there's unlimited uses for it. You can do it for whatever you want. I get an email from Paula Dean every day about some cool recipes. Guess where I forward that cobbler to? Recipes notebook. Done. So
Me and my wife can both use the same account.
yes, but you have to have a premium, or yeah, you can both use the same account. Yeah.
Okay.
So if you don't want to have two separate accounts, then you can just use the same account on two separate devices, and then when she adds something, you'll see it.
Okay.
So, but me and my wife, we have two separate accounts, so I have a premium feature, so we can share a notebook. It will make sending things to your Evernote account like this text message much easier. So since I added it to your contacts, and since I added it to your contacts on the cloud between those two, so you should have it in your contacts on your Mac as well. So when you go send an email and forward it, it should be on there. For you, I'm not sure if it's on your desktop, but if it's not, then I would go ahead and save it on your desktop as well and your contacts there, or your laptop, so that whenever you want to forward it from your laptop into Evernote, you can do it as well.
So you can forward a text message also?
Yes. Now, here's the thing. I know it's only going to send the text. If you want to send a screenshot so that it looks more official, you can do that as well. So either way, I know some people are content sending it through the text. But anyway, so what you would do, and it looks different on iOS 7. I can show you how to forward stuff. So you'll click forward, click the text to Evernote account, send, boom, right there. But you see, it doesn't look like the iPhone. It's just raw text. So if you want something that's official, save the screenshot and then forward it into your Evernote account. You can do that as well through email or through message. So either way. So this is something where I would have to work with y'all individually on. If you want to save voicemails, you can't use the default voice message program on there. You have to have Google Voice Beta or Umail or something like that, which you can do, but it's installing a whole another program and setting up a whole another account, and we can do that at a different day if you would like. Now here's a web clipper. Here's pretty cool. This is something that's pretty useful. The Evernote web clipper is a browser extension, which means it's just a tool you can install in the web browser you use most often to help you add things from the web to Evernote. So you use Chrome, right? You would download the Evernote web clipper, and let's say you're reading ESPN, really cool article, click it, and then I think if you right-click it on the Mac, or no, on the Mac there's a little elephant at the top near the address bar. You click that little elephant, and then you can adjust what you want to clip. Click it, and then boom, it'll take whatever on that page and send it to Evernote. It takes a little screenshot and sends it in there for you. Same thing on a PC, by the way. You'd right-click on it, and it would.
That's a different app?
You would download Web Clipper off of the Evernote website, but it is a separate. It's a little patch. Is basically what it is. So, anyway, so see the little elephant up at the top. Here we have highlighted some text on a website. Click Save to here. Click here to save, and then boom, it goes straight into there. It takes a little screenshot and sends it in there. So you don't have to take a screenshot, drag it in Evernote. This is cool for, excuse me, properties you want to put in Evernote, like MLS properties you see, something that just came up, you're like, I want to clip that to the possible listings for this client, or whatever it may be. Now here's the cool part, use the search bar. Google and Evernote use the same technology for their search bar. So, you search iPhone, it pulls up iPhone. Anything in there that has the word iPhone in it. You search table, you took a screenshot, or you took a picture of a place called the table. I'm not even sure where that is. It recognizes table. And if you write on a Post-it note and you type in handwriting, it recognizes the word handwriting from that Post-it note. So this is cool for people who are apprehensive about switching over from hard paper. And like, well, I don't want to redo everything. You don't have to. You just scan everything in Evernote. How can I share information from Evernote with others? Email it, share it on Facebook and Twitter, share notebooks for viewing only, share notebooks and allow editing, export notes and notebooks. So in that top right-hand corner, you can email the note, and that's across every platform, tablet, desktop, PC, or laptop, whatever it may be. You'd email it. You can post to Facebook. This is cool if y'all you could do this while you're in a conference or in class. You could post this stuff and be like, wow, here's something really cool. I know somebody went to the economics conference last year, or this year is a few months ago, and they were posting real-time Facebook updates about what's going on in the conference by taking pictures of the presentation so that all their clients could see what was going on in the Woodlands, stuff like that. Email, the recipient does not have to use the Evernote to read your note. So if you email someone, if they don't have Evernote, they can still read it. Copy, share URL to clipboard. This makes your note public and gives it a URL address that you can share with others, but beware. If you post this on the internet, it's on the internet. So let me show you why this would be a bad thing. So listen to the radio this morning, and this is a pretty sensitive subject, I apologize, but somebody went to work and dressed up on Halloween as one of the victims from the Boston bombing marathon.
Oh, my goodness.
Right. Now, she went to work. It's not, okay, I'm not even going to discuss about if it was right or wrong, because we all know that's terrible. She went to work. Hypothetically, if she wouldn't have done anything, her coworkers would have said something. You know what? That would have been it. That would have been the extent of it. So what does she do? She takes a picture of herself and posts it on Instagram. So what they did was they found her address. They found other pictures of her on Tumblr. They posted those online. And they sent her death threats. So the point is, I'm not going to say that posting anything online is going to get you that, but beware. This is going online. And once it goes online, you can never get it back. There's no recovery program that goes out and pulls everything you posted online and take it off. Once somebody takes a screenshot of it, you're done. Or somebody reposts it, you're done. So, no. This is if you want to copy URL to clipboard and post it on a public link. So it's not everything. It's just that. So beware. If you want to post it publicly, that's fine. But once it goes public, and I'm not saying that it's going to lead to death threats, but the point is that anything you post online, you're never getting back. So just be cautious about what you post. Don't post a contract or anything like that on Facebook. Anyway, so and there's an example right there of ours. So we shared it. So anyway, and then you can stop sharing, but once somebody already sees it and reshares it, it doesn't matter. So you can stop your own site from sharing. Like the girl, she canceled all of her social media accounts. It doesn't matter. Everything that she posted is still circulating because they reposted it and copied and pasted it. So it doesn't matter. This is what will be seen if someone tried to access a URL you have stopped sharing. Oops, access denied. You have access to location on the server that is not available. So
when you share, it actually just creates a URL for that document?
If you share the URL. If you share it on Facebook, it'll post it as a Facebook update. But if you share it as a URL, then it will create a URL. So this is the same email address and password you will use to log in on your desktop version and to set up any apps on mobile devices. So notice when we create a new note with the online version, the toolbar and options are a little different than the desktop version. This is just showing you that they look similar, but they're not the same. You can't use a microphone, other things like that. Going mobile, install Evernote on all your devices. This is what we've done. Now here's a few other apps. There's a cool one called Evernote Hello. And if you take a picture of a business card, it scans it, the information, and puts it in your contacts. So that's pretty nice to have. I use it.
Your Evernote contacts or
your actual contacts on your phone. So that's cool for me because I'm usually not the greatest with names. You can kind of use this as a CRM if you want. So for me, more so, because I'm more of a, hey, give me your business card. Whenever y'all are doing business with clients, that's not the first thing you usually ask for. But let's say I meet Frank here, and I'm like, nice to meet you, Frank. Can I get your business card? Scan it into Evernote. It automatically goes into my contacts. And once I'm in Evernote, it takes a picture of it took the picture of a business card, it puts it in Evernote, and it also puts the information off the business card into my contacts. So what I do is I go through to Frank's picture of his business card, like very awesome gentleman. He does, blah, 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 blah for Remax, and anything I may have talked to him about, whether he likes shotguns or whatever. Then, next time I come up to him, it's like, hey, how's the shotgun treating you? Or so kind of use it as a CRM so that you don't have to create an icebreaker, and you can kind of roll with what you talked about before. Yes, and that's a free download as well. So with many ways to access your notes, take the time to get comfortable with each interface. Evernote for desktop, Evernote web, Evernote mobile, Android, Kindle, iOS, BlackBerry. Again, everything's going to look a little different because each device that you're using has a different operating system. So they're going to custom tailor make that. So the iOS 7 version is going to look like iOS 7. The Android version is going to look like Android. The Windows version is going to look like a Windows program. So again, this looks different. So this is an iPhone 4 screenshots before iOS 7 came along. This is what it looks like before they made some adjustments on the Android version. And then this is for iPad. I need to update all these pictures. So on the iPad, you have the same notes. You have the same tools. Here's some other things that they put in here, and I'm not really a fan of this iFi for Evernote. iFi memory card will send your photos from a digital camera directly to Evernote. It replaces a cable and it's $50, so unless you have $50 to blow, I wouldn't really recommend it. It basically, you have a Panasonic camera, right? Or whatever you use to take official listing photos, and you take a picture and it basically has that memory card. Once you get into Wi-Fi, it'll send that to Evernote automatically. But when you get to the office, you just plug it in and upload it anyway, so it's $50 to replace a cable. Sketch for Evernote. Here's something really cool. I really recommend this app, especially for iPads or tablets. You can draw on PDFs and stuff, and it's really Evernote friendly. So if you have a survey that you got and you want to like circle where the barn is at or something like that, and then put that directly into Evernote, it's really simple. It's pretty neat for a few things. You can draw on it, you can write on it, stuff like that. Create like a, like you know how like whenever I was going through the Google Drive presentation, I had those boxes that popped up. You can create those types of boxes and stuff like that. Evernote Peak. Here's something for anybody who has kids that are in high school or college, and I really wish I'd had this when I was in college because it's kind of new. It turns your notes in Evernote into study materials. So if you have it on a tablet, you can prepare a quiz or brush up on a language by simply lifting your iPad smart cover or by using our virtual smart cover. So like, for example, if it'll have like have a question like, what year did Napoleon Dynamite die, or Napoleon die? Then you can lift it up and see the answer. It's kind of like flashcards, but nobody uses flashcards anymore. And if you have flashcards on the cloud, that'd be super cool. But now you do. Evernote Clearly. It makes blog posts, articles, and web pages clean and easy to read. It's kind of like the reader format on the Mac. So if you want to download that you can. It kind of eliminates all the ads and stuff when you're reading a web page. It's pretty neat. So, and then here's the trunk. If you want to get curious about any other apps that are very user-friendly with Evernote, go through the trunk. Now here's the thing. DocuSign and Evernote are very user-friendly with one another. So this is why we've chosen Evernote as a program to recommend, because it's very DocuSign friendly. Meaning if you
can create a DocuSign document in any program.
Right, but I'd have to show you more about how it's more user-friendly later, but I do believe it's like one button to just import it into Evernote.
Oh, okay.
So it's
import, not to export. Okay.
Either way, I think it's actually pretty user-friendly. So, but anyway, so that's Evernote 101. And does anyone have any questions about it?
Yeah, sorry I missed it.
No, you're fine.